Right. And it's also hard to sort of, when you see these sums, right, to think, how valuable could his advice really have been? Like I know in the Deckard report, Black, estimated that Epstein's advice saved him, 1 to 2 billion, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
in, $1 to $2 billion in sort of estate taxes or other sort of taxes. But sort of from the, you know, research we've looked at and sort of experts have spoken about this before, these seem like enormous amounts of money he's pulling in from these people, right, for these services. Not that,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the services were actually helpful,
Mm-hmm.
these tax services, but sort of the extent to which he's, enriching himself is pretty unusual, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think at one point he mentioned to Black that he usually charged clients $40 million, right? Which we don't know. Could be true. We only know sort of a few clients,
Mm-hmm.
but then decided to charge Black only 23.5 million
Right.
initially, right? And that he
Right.
only worked with billionaires, right? It's going to your point of he was projecting this, this idea of I only work with the wealthiest people. I charge this much, and maybe partly it was true, but it was definitely part of that air he was building for himself, right?
Right. And I mean, the math that you did on the payments he got from Wexner, his anchor client before he signed up Black, indicate he was not charging Wexner, his main client, 40 million a year, right? Wouldn't it average out to closer to 20 million?
Right, and we also don't know what was happening before 1999, right?
Right.
So it seems unlikely considering their relationship at the very least went back to early 80s, but sort of in terms of his actual financial control, 1991, right? So that's a whole other 10 years plus that we don't have visibility over
Yeah.
to that point,
Right.
right?
And